Welcome back everyone. So this was our project. We have made all the connections and we are also done with the UI. So in this video, let's what we are going to do is so let's make our data model. Before data model, let's actually write some code in constants file because it is just a small code. So this is our constants file. So first constant we are going to make is we are going to use the API URL. So let blog URL be equal to an URL, and I will copy this from our this. You can see that this is the URL. Okay, if you want, this is the URL blog.teamtreehouse.com/API/get recent summary. You can pause the video and you can note down the API URL and you will receive the JSON response. Now the second constant, or actually let's say we are going to build a closure. We have not yet studied yet what is a closure, but we will study that later in depth. But for now you only need to understand that it is a type of function which will tell that we have completed downloading data from the internet. You just need to know this, and in the later lectures we will study in depth what are closures and why are they so useful and how we can use them. So we will create a type alias which will be called download complete. It will be equal to a closure. So basically, I think you should write this line as it is. I will tell you in coming lectures when we will study what a closure is. Okay. So this was all the work which we have to do in our constant.swift file. Now I will open my blog data file and we will build the data model for storing our blog data. So first we will create a class which will be called blog data, and now we will see what are the different things that we need from our blog. So if I go to the JSON response, so the first thing we need is the URL, second thing we need is the title, and the third thing we need is the author. So basically we are going to create three different variables. So I'm going to create a private var. So basically a private keyword is used whenever you want to limit a variable to that class only. So if I am declaring it private, it means this variable cannot be used or accessed from any other class. Okay, so let's create a variable called underscore title, which will be of type string. Let's create another private variable which will be called author of type string, and let's create another private variable which is called URL, and it will be also of type string. So basically we have created private variables. Now we want to create public ones for them, because if we need to access them in other classes, we need some public variables. So what I will do is I will do var title of type string, and I will open parentheses, and I will do some safety checks. So basically these are all the variables that we are fetching from the network. So suppose that while requesting network fails, so basically we will have nil in them instead of the title. So if we have nil somewhere in our app, then it will crash our app. So basically we need to tackle that condition so that our app does not crash. So what I will do is I will add a if condition. If title is equal to nil, then we are going to set it to an empty string. This is because our app will not crash, and then I will return it in the end. I will do that for my two variables also. It will be also type string, and if author is equal to nil, then we are going to set it to an empty string. Then we are going to return our author. Now I will do that for my URL of type string. If underscore URL is equal to nil. Set the URL to be an empty string and return that URL in the end. Okay, so we are done with the creating our data model. We are also going to create a function which is basically an init function, which we are going to create later, because we right now we don't know what data we are getting in and what data we will send. So we will edit this file again in the later lectures. So okay, we are done with our block data file. So now we have to write some code in our main file. So first I will save all my files. Okay, so we have to write code in this file because we need to download some data, and also we need to set up our UI table view. So I think this was enough for this video. We will set up the table view in the next video, and we will also start downloading data from the network. See you in the next video.